Hey students, sorry I'm having some trouble here. This is me without a beard. I look like I'm 10 years old. I'm not happy. Let me explain what happened. So I was trimming my otherwise delightful beard, and the guard on my trimmers was just a little bit crooked. It was actually half off of one side. I just don't pardon me. I just don't pay attention. Oh, gotta have this thing. Come back, computer. I forgot that I don't pay attention to details usually with stuff like that. It's because I just kind of float through that part of life, trimming beards, and I usually have like a mustard stain on my tie. Just who I am. I don't apologize for the way I rolled off the assembly line naturally. But anyway, so the guard was half off. I go to trim my beard, and it cut like this gigantic swath at the side. Normally, I wouldn't even care about something like that. Just roll with it, let it grow back. But it looked 90s boy band ridiculous, if that makes sense. Like it looked like I was trying to cut like a symbol into my beard. And I honestly, I knew like people would give me crap about shaving my beard, mostly telling me I look so much better without it, which I don't want to hear because I want my beard. And I really don't care what people think I look like. Like if they don't like it, I don't care. I like it. And it's my face. I have to live with the face on my shoulders or on my head that rests on my shoulders. So I get the final say in the beard. But I knew if I had that big patch cut in it, people would ask me, what happened. And I didn't feel like answering those questions. So it's winter break, so I'm not doing regular announcements. I just thought I would do just something a little bit different. Because one thing I don't do a lot of is, don't talk about myself a lot. And so I just thought I would just give you some random facts about your principal that I thought maybe you'd like to know, or maybe not like to know. It's totally, Mr. Lamy accuses me of being a narcissist, so maybe I am, by thinking that you would care about these facts. So let's start with music. I play quite a few instruments, most all stringed instruments. I used to play the trumpet, and I could still do my B-flat scale on the trumpet, but I probably would have trouble even reaching that first or that second C, which is not even the high C. The octave up from that is the one down below. So, you lose those muscles in your mouth, but I still know the fingerings for it. Just did it. I used to play trumpet, but now I just play stringed instruments and then the piano, which is technically also a stringed instrument, but, it's a keyboard, so we look at it differently. But as far as what I listen to, I would say my number one band of all time would be Led Zeppelin, with my number one band of the past decade would be Radiohead. Those are my two favorite bands. But I listen to everything. For example, I've been listening to, for the past 3 months, I've been listening to a lot of Wu-Tang. I just like Wu-Tang. I think they have really interesting music. And I don't know. It's what I like to work out to. Basically, Wu-Tang and Public Enemy is what I work out to. And some Dr. Dre. I like Dr. Dre a lot, but not all of his music is like workout material. He's got quite a few, I don't know, they're more like mellow, whereas Public Enemy is like very kind of angry, yet at the same time it's very intellectual music. Wu-Tang is the same way. It's not angry, but it's a little hard, and it's also somewhat intellectual where you can really think about it instead of the pain that you're putting your body through. Um, what else should you know? Well, I have 3 children. 2 of them are stepchildren. One of them is a baby, a biological child, and they're 7, 4, and 18 months old. So that's something else you should know. So I spend a lot of time doing children things, which is fun, and not at all like me. I never thought I would be in that position, but I don't think anybody. Well, some people are parents, feel like they were born and destined for it, and for me, it's like, oh, I never thought I'd even have kids, and now I have 3, and so it's really, I have a lot of fun with it. I enjoy it. So there's just some things about me. Um, I just thought I would tell you. I don't know what else you should know. I mean, I'm really into, like as far as fandoms, I'm really into Star Wars. I'm really into Game of Thrones. I'm really into The Walking Dead. I'm really into Song of Ice and Fire. I already said Game of Thrones. Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit. I guess I like world building. I think that's really interesting. But I also watch stuff like Downton Abbey. I've watched every episode of it. And I'm really into cooking shows. Really more the old school ones, but I do like Chopped. Good Eats by Alton Brown is my all-time favorite cooking show. And you can watch it on YouTube now, so I watch a lot of it on YouTube. And I love detective stuff, like Making a Murderer, I really liked. The Staircase, I really liked. Jinx, I really liked. So I like true crime documentaries as well as detective shows such as Poirot. I used to watch all 3 of the Law and Orders obsessively, but I had children and then couldn't do that anymore. And I love Sherlock Holmes, the BBC one. And I like the movies with Martin Downey Jr. Martin Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. Martin Downey, somebody else. Robert Downey Jr. I like those movies okay. Mostly because I'm a huge Jude Law fan, and I think he does a good Dr. Watson, even though, obviously, Robert Downey Jr. does a wonderful Sherlock Holmes as well, especially for an American. So, those are some things I'm into. I don't read. I listen to audiobooks because I just stare at screens all day, and by the time I've stared at screens all day, I can't bear the thought of reading, either on printed page or electronically, and if I had to do one or the other, I would read electronically. That way I can stop reading on one device and pick it up on another. And I get the whole, like, I like feeling the book in my hands and smelling the pages and all that. I get that, but it's just not convenient. And I think that mostly people who carry purses are more likely to read a book because they have something to carry. I don't have anything to carry a book in other than my hand. It's not like I'm, born in the 19th century and have one of those little book straps to carry everything in. Nope. So it's just inconvenient to carry a book around. It's not inconvenient to have my iPad with me and have my phone with me and all of that. So, yeah. So I like electronic books, but I listen to just exclusively audiobooks now because I drive quite a bit, and I like music, but I mostly like music for working out and audiobooks for driving. I like to, and I can't eat in my car and listen to music. I have to listen to somebody talking. I don't know why that happened. I think that's all that you need to know. I mean, I don't know that you need to know any of this. I just thought I would do something different because it's fall break. Yeah, that's all I wanted to do. So yeah, if you want to know anything else, let me know. I'm 6 feet tall. That's pretty good to know. I mean, because as far as these videos go, I'm always sitting down. I could be 5'4", 6'4", 7'4", 4'4", any of that. trying to think of what my favorite movie is. Maybe The Shawshank Redemption. But, I mean, I've seen so many movies at this point in time in my life. I mean, it's hard to say one's my favorite. Because sometimes, like, The Godfather could be my favorite movie. Sometimes Empire Strikes Back could be my favorite movie. I mean, it just depends on the day. Sometimes Shawshank Redemption. Sometimes The Big Lebowski. I mean, it just depends. Sometimes A Few Dollars More. Sometimes Pulp Fiction. So anyway, there you go. Those are my announcements for today. I hope it wasn't too boring. I'm sure it was, though, because I'm like so low-key about it. But, I mean, what am I going to get really excited talking about myself? It doesn't make sense. Anyway, there's your winter break announcements if you watched them. Have a great day.